Good morning again, YouTube. I still can't sleep. Probably attributed to my already messed up sleep schedule. Anyway, while I'm here and playing with my newfound YouTube powers, I figured I'd do a gun review. I've done the knife review. You saw that earlier about, I don't know, 20 minutes ago I uploaded that. This is a gun review, and it's kind of a change of ways for me. I'm not a big fan of polymer grip or polymer lower pistols, but this gun is the Ruger P95. See if you can see that. Yeah, P95. There you go. It's a damn good gun. I have fired it. I've probably put out about 300 rounds through it so far. It's a fairly simple gun to take apart and clean. And as far as accuracy goes, yeah, I shoot a lot as it is, so I know that, I know what I'm doing with it. And right out of the box at 25 meters, I was getting 5 to 8 inch groups. The first probably 4 groups were 8 inches. And they started clustering in. So after a while, of course, the more you break in a pistol, the more accurate it gets, or rather the more comfortable you get with it. Pardon me, I'm dipping. Nasty habit, but it's a habit. Anyway, so like I said, the Ruger P95, 9mm, comes new in box with 2 15-round mags. You see there, and recently I've been shopping around trying to find extra mags to fill up my my pistol magazine pouches on my tactical vest, and I noticed that it's hard to find the 15-round mags unless you're looking at cheaper than dirt, or a gun broker has them occasionally. Most of what you'll find is the 10 rounds. I guess with this new gun scare, that's what they're producing in large quantities to go ahead and flood the market. But you get 15-round mags, and I guess what I should have done this first. But I'm no dummy. I do this before I play with guns anyway. It's empty. Yes, I dry fired it. Kiss my ass. Anyway, it's got ambidextrous safety, thumb safety on the top of the slide, or rather on the side of the slide. It has also ambidextrous mag release. You see there. It's real narrow though. That's one thing I'm not too comfortable with. And instead of pushing it down and in like my personal favorite, the 1911, you actually push it towards the trigger there. Push it that way. Like I said, simple gun to take apart. I'll go ahead and break it down. Save me an extra video. Anyway, you look down in here. Right inside here, you probably can't see it. It's poor lighting. Like I said, it's way too early in the morning. Anyway, down inside of here, there's a little thing that you gotta push down. You'll see what I'm talking about if you ever buy one of these things. Anyway, so while you have it back like this, you're gonna line it up. Like that. Remember to keep your fingers out of any spaces when playing with guns, especially the trigger well. If you're not sure if it's loaded, or rather you should keep it out anyway unless you're firing. Anyway, so you line it up just like the 1911. It's a push pin. There we go. Push pin. Pull out the slide catch just like that. Simply pops apart just like that. See? Super easy. Alright, there, now you can see what I was talking about. This little guy right here. Alright, when you open it up, you push that down just like that. We're going to put it back up for now. Trigger mechanism is fairly simple from what I see, compared to some that I've seen. The trigger and hammer mechanism. You can see it's got the transfer bar and all that good stuff. I won't go into any technicals right now. It's honestly way too early. Something I did notice is it's a little uneven At least, like I said, I'm a 1911 kind of guy, so I'm used to everything lining up perfectly and everything fits in a straight line. But it's a little awkward at first when you first see it if you're not used to it. But just like that, see, down the mag well. There we go. Anyway, so to take down the slide, it's just like any standard. You got your recoil spring, and this one's got a double spring on it, which I was reading, and apparently that's for the plus P ammunition if you're going to use that. It's a very robust gun. The barrel itself, just like any other, pops out just like that. Anyway, you see the chamber itself is robust, so the plus P ammunition wouldn't be an issue for that. There you go, a little thickness, a little profile. Barrel, I keep my barrel sparkly, just like any good gun owner should do. I don't believe in letting them sit dirty. That's my military training kicking in. Anyway, there we go. Just like that. And the barrel itself, rather robust. Rifling is pretty clean. I've checked out a couple of other of these in the gun stores, and I noticed that the rifling is pretty consistent as far as the patterns, chitter marks and whatnot. There are very few chitter marks. And if you know anything about gunsmithing, you know, fire lapping, using a really small grit, a rather large number grit, because the larger the number, the smaller the pieces. Anyway, a high number grit polishing compound or lapping compound goes really well in here. It's fairly simple. You can watch other videos on here on how to do it. Maybe I'll post one if I'm as popular as I hope I turn out to be. I know my video presentation skills are poor, but anyway, looking down in there, it's again fairly simple. The takedown is, I'm not going to take it down any further than just field stripping it like I've done, but taking it down is very simple compared to the 1911. That is a nightmare some days. But yeah, but anyway, when you buy it, you get the little gray pistol box, just like any other. You get Ruger's chamber lock, which is basically a padlock with a cable that goes through the chamber, through the mag well, and all that good stuff to keep you from loading any ammunition in it. It comes also, I don't have it with me, but it also comes with a Ruger 15-round magazine, 9mm. I'm assuming that you could probably use it with Beretta and any of the other ones that have this standard shape. I know Glock has the same shape tops for the most part as far as dimensions go. But it's a loader. It just pushes it down because these magazine springs are very stiff, which, you know, it provides for a faster rate of fire. Trigger pull on this thing's not too bad. Let me put this back together. Anyway, I'll go ahead and show you. Just pop the barrel in. Like this right here. Anyway, it goes in like this. It's just like any other pistol, putting it back together. Make sure all the parts fit in the right spot. It only goes together one way. You can't really bung this up unless you're a complete moron, which I've seen. Remember I said it's kind of uneven, so anyway, you just fit it on there as it goes. Oy vey. Really? Alright. Make sure that little bar is down. End up looking dumb like I did. Line it back up just like you did before. Keeping your fingers out of the ejector port. Take this pin, pops right back in, and fully functional pistol again. Alright, now then, notice, like I said, chamber's empty, safety's off, hammer's back. It's single and double action, so it's got a little bit of creep on it. I mean, it's, you know, it probably a good 1/4 inch there. But once you feel it, you know, kind of 2-stage, it goes there to there. Once you feel it, it's got, I'd probably say a good 6 to, not even that, maybe 5.5 pounds. I have to put it on trigger gauge. But yeah, it's a good gun. I like it. It's light, a little top heavy, but then again, for controllability, it points really well. Like I said, I've never been a big fan of these polymer bottoms. The Sigma series from Smith & Wesson, Glocks drive me insane. I know that they're good guns. I think FPS Russia has been the only one that I know, as far as the videos that I've seen, has actually destroyed one. But then again, he blew it up. So, you know, the polymer itself is good. This thing heats up and cools down pretty evenly. Cools down fairly rapidly compared to a 1911, but then again, you only get this to worry about. This paddle style trigger, I'm not a big fan of either. I'm probably gonna do a little smithing and thin this down a little bit. Maybe put some check ring on the trigger just to give it a better grip, because it's real slick. You can pop your finger off of it real quick. But I'll probably post a video on checkering it just so you guys can see. The double action, it's a long trigger pull. I don't like it. That's probably the one thing that I'm not a big fan of. But then again, firing military Beretta 9s, this thing wins by far. So I'm pleased with it. And like I said, it's a fairly good gun. I've always liked Ruger's products. And that'll be it. So again, subscribe, like me, whatever you're gonna do. I appreciate it. Peace.